morning, scrubs. Let's get into it right off the gut. Let's get it on right now and talk about this, because I am tired of them pushing the narrative over and over again. It's all you keep hearing about is how great that Tom Brady is, how great Aaron Rodgers is. Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady. Tom Brady's better than Aaron Rodgers. They have been pushing this narrative for the past, like this is a game, and they're in a battle. Who's better? Who's gonna win? It's like, seriously? Oh, are we being serious right now? Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers? Are we even being remotely serious right now? It's not even close. It's so far apart, it's embarrassing. You're talking about a guy that won a Super Bowl 10 years ago as a wild card. Just walking in, he looks up on a Super Bowl. They had to win the wild card, the last game of the season, just to qualify to get to the wild card. And from that, they end up going to the Super Bowl and winning it. They snuck everybody. Straight snuck everybody. So after surprising all the teams, they luck up and win. The year, I think after that, or whatever, they lost one game the whole season, go to the playoffs, lose in like the second round of the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers has disappointed everybody. I mean, everybody. That's why we used to call him Sharon Rodgers. It's a disappointment for me. It's a disappointment for any human being that know anything about the sport of football. Then they were like, oh, the Patriots, they ain't have to play anybody. Really? The Steelers are nobody? Tom Brady has been to 8 Super Bowls. 8. Anybody playing this game will tell you that's a difficult task to do. To 8 Super Bowls, this guy hasn't been in I don't know how many championship games, and they just choked. The one against Seattle was ridiculous. They had the game won, and they choked yet again. Every time they've had an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, to challenge against Tom Brady, Sharon Rodgers shows up with some pantyhose pockets and choke. Every time. Never sometime, never part-time. Every time he has choked. He's found a way to make the situation worse and choke. Just like this idiot guy driving in front of me. He's a Green Bay Packer fan. He actually want to beat Tom Brady. They want that so bad. The NFL want that so bad. He's 41. He's going out. Nelson. He's had what's his name? Donald Driver. He's had all these Pro Bowl wide receivers. Tom Brady has played with scraps. Gronk's always hurt. He played with a guy that was out here killing people and took himself out. Aaron Hernandez. He been out here playing with guys and getting them contracts that never played football. He's playing with lacrosse players. Aaron Rodgers has broken his collarbone at least twice. He was injury prone coming into the league. He had to sit behind Brett Favre for like what, 5-6 years? He's not a teammate guy. Guys on the team don't like him. He's what they call a situational diva. Then you really got to ask yourself, do you want to be bothered? Do you really want to go down this road with him? When the game's online, the pressure on him mounts. He shuts down. He's consistently did it his entire career. He shuts down. So, with that waving over your head, when you're dealing with a guy that's always shutting down on you, always quitting, that narrative is always there. Good morning. This guy can't get to the championship game. And when he gets there, he can't get over the hump. They're losing the teams they shouldn't lose to. Now, the only team they've had there the past 2 years, the Legion of Boom. Oh, that defense, the Legion of Boom. They had the Legion of Boom beat. It was like 2 minutes to go in the game and they choked the game. Sharon Rodgers blew it. He couldn't get it done. Yes, the great Sharon Rodgers. And don't forget, you could donate to the page at any time. You can click the link in the description box and show love to the page and leave me a message. So we see. Now, I don't know if they're kicking everybody's comments out. I can't see them. They're not letting me see anything. YouTube has been very bizarre when it comes to dealing with my account, as you can all tell. right now. But yeah, the NFL is trying to spin that narrative of bringing in the new Patriots versus Aaron Rodgers, and I don't know how many years Tom Brady has left because they've taken away every weapon he has. Offensive linemen, receivers are dropping passes. This is the worst preseason I've seen the Patriots look this close to opening season. Offensively, these guys do not look in sync. Some of the receivers he got shouldn't even be on the field. It's almost an embarrassment what they put out there. I'm just saying. I believe there is conflict within the organization on Belichick and Tom Brady and Mr. Kraft. I really believe at this point, I mean, each guy's going to do their job, but I think there is some disdain there because for the first time in history, Belichick has been told the opposite. You know, a player is dictating his control of the NFL team. Tom gets what Tom wants, and that's just it. As far as he wants his strength and conditioning coach to fly with him on the team plane, they gotta have to make that happen. It's what used to be a Belichick decision is now has to come down to a Mr. Kraft decision when it comes to Tom. So he got overruled with Jimmy Garoppolo, had to move Jimmy, and I'm quite sure Belichick didn't like that. He wanted to start trying to get Jimmy Garoppolo into the game. You know, let them compete for the job. Do I like Jimmy G? Yeah, I think Jimmy G's a cool quarterback, but do I think he's going to struggle this year? Absolutely. I mean, he's going to see things he hadn't seen yet. You know, it was all fool's gold when he came in for like 3-4 games last year. He gave that team a shot in the arm. But now you're the starter. And now you're going to show and prove. So you're going to see it. You're Tom Brady. You're never nervous about Jimmy G. You just don't want a situation where Jimmy G is going to be over your back and they got to kill this distraction. Tom wanted, because Jimmy G wants to play, like now. And Tom like, I'm not getting out of here. You might as well get him out of here. Because he wants to play now. He wants reps with the first team. And yeah, he's got to go. So, you know, I don't know what you're going to do because Tom Brady's like made it very clear that he's playing. And as long as Tom was playing at MVP type level of performance, I'm more interested to seeing about what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson than anything because he was tearing the league apart. Like, I haven't seen that since even when Michael Vick was there. I didn't see it like this. You know, what he was doing, he was averaging about 3 to 4 touchdowns a game. In 7 games, he had like, what, 20-something touchdowns already? I'm like, since Brady year at that time, and Peyton Manning put up them type of numbers. That's it. And that's when he had the freak. Deshaun Jackson don't have a freak. He just put it on. So the Texans, their problem has been injuries. And the NFL has always been defined by injuries. The team that can stay healthiest and keep players out there the most normally win. The Steelers normally break themselves apart, you know, on his last leg, but he's still Big Ben. And Bell and Antonio Brown, the greatest talent duo in the league, as far as a 1-2, can't seem to get it on the same wavelength in the playoffs. They're either broken up and can't perform, or mental errors, and then people blaming the coach and pointing fingers back and forth. And that's just a nightmare, because the team got so much potential to be more. So when you see that, it's disheartening, because you know that this team is special. That team is built up of real players, and that's one thing that they know how to do in Pittsburgh, and that's scout. But the NFL want this Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl, because that's the two quarterbacks, the 1 and 2 in the league. How in the world is Aaron Rodgers? Didn't he miss like how many games? 12 last year? Breaking his collarbone. They didn't even make the playoffs. Or did they? I don't even know. I don't think they did. So they don't even make the playoffs, and look what happened to them. Aaron Rodgers is ranked #1 player in the NFL. How? How? Based off what? Definitely shouldn't be last year's stats. How do you miss like 12 games and be #1 ranked over Tom Brady, who was league MVP last year? How? If that's the case, Deshaun Watson should be ranked. He played 7 games before he had a season-ending injury, averaged 4 touchdowns a game. He should be ranked over Aaron Rodgers then. Why are they doing this? So you can get your fix. And what is your fix? Brady versus Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl. Out of any year in the world, I would say this is the most shakiest I have seen from the New England Patriots. How many times have the Patriots not been the best team and they've won? Last year, they weren't a better team than the Jacksonville Jaguars, but they won. The year they beat Baltimore, they weren't a better team, but they won. They found a way to win games. They weren't better than the Legion of Boom, but they won. They weren't a better team than the Atlanta Falcons, but they won. Well, I already know Tom Brady's a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. He's a better passer of the football. Aaron has a stronger arm. But Aaron Rodgers doesn't have the command of the team like Tom has. Tom does it through passion. Aaron does it through anger and pouting. And that's why he makes a lot of mistakes on the field. And the receivers don't like Aaron Rodgers. The Patriots receivers respect Tom Brady. And they're saying there's no way I'm going to screw up in front of this guy. I can't cost this guy. If they turn over the ball, it's a big deal. Somebody fumbles the ball, it's a big deal in New England. You drop a pass, it's a big deal in New England. You feel that pressure when that ball hits the ground. You know somebody's in trouble. That type of accountability is not being held. Yeah, Jordy Nelson loved him because he made Jordy Nelson shine. All he had to do was get the ball to him. But what did they do for Aaron Rodgers? They got rid of Jordy Nelson. They got rid of a lot of guys. He got a whole bunch of new receivers in there who he came out and just threw under the bus during preseason because they really hadn't clicked yet. So Tom Brady is used to this. Tom Brady is used to flushing receivers down, and the Patriots flush a whole new roster in there when it comes into receivers. And they'll play with a bunch of names you have never heard of ever. You didn't know who Danny Amendola was. You didn't know who Julian Edelman was. You didn't know who Hogan was. Hogan was a lacrosse player. Now he's the number one receiver, him and Julie, on the team. Can you believe Amendola is gone? And they was like, well, you don't see no other Patriots receivers going, so another team doing nothing. I'm like, well, it's a little bit more than that. You got the best Hall of Fame quarterback in the game still playing. And he's in his 40s. Everybody's saying this is the year Tom Brady falls off. This is the year he falls off. Brett Favre fell off at year 41. And Brett Favre was getting hit considerably in Green Bay. And I hate when Green Bay Packer fans keep telling me Sharon Rodgers is the reason they got this or they did that. Favre took y'all to back-to-back Super Bowls. Sharon Rodgers took you to the Super Bowl one time, and you haven't been back since. So please stop singing that guy's praises to me. He hasn't done anything. He's underachieved. It's been 10 years since he's been to the Super Bowl. 10. They have never even been back. And they've had great seasons. Every year we keep hearing how great the Cowboys are going to be. Even though on paper, none of it makes any sense. It's like on paper, they suck. And the scouting report said they suck. Everything points to Dallas sucking. But yet, the Cowboys should be in contention. Contention for what? All the teams have gotten better. The Eagles scouting report defensively, they've gotten better. The New York Giants has definitely gotten better. They've got an offensive line. They got a running back. They locked in this Odell Beckham. Everybody's getting better around the Cowboys. Jerry's trying to hold on to stuff. Like, nah, they the circus team. They get all this media coverage because they're holding on to this fame. They haven't went to a Super Bowl in like 20 plus years. What was it, 94? The last time they've been in a Super Bowl? And I'm just saying when. But yet, the mystique of the Cowboys. They have been trash for years. They had one hot season with Dak his rookie year. Now teams have put him in a situation where they got a plan for him. He hasn't been so hot. That offensive line is broken up. Now you got Bailey gonna be your main guy. Come on, man. Let's get real. You guys aren't even doing the real things out here. Y'all ain't talking about the real situations. Because it's not realistic that the Cowboys, defensively, do they look better? A little bit. They're younger, so they're more liver to the ball. Without Jason Witten in there to slow them down, a tight end that can't move, you know, Dak don't have to worry about throwing the Witten no more. You got a tight end that could probably get some separation and get some space. Dan Bailey, you know, he's the little slot Wes Welker play that they used to run in New England and everybody didn't bite. Now, he's going to be their number one. So basically, Dak is a dip and dump receiver. Dip and dump quarterback. And they're going to be running dip and dump plays. And hopefully Zeke get them in short. Third and shorts. Because that's how Dallas plays. If you keep Dak Prescott in a third and short, he can beat you. But when he's second and long, third and long, it's a little harder for Zeke and all those guys to get you 10, get you 12. And then with the offensive line banged up the way it is, you're going to be down some guys. So Zeke's going to have to, and Zeke can run. He's the glue. But can he stay healthy? Can he stay on the field? The offensive line is broken up. Going to be injuries. Will this receiving core be enough? Because Dallas are not lighting up the scoreboard. Zeke ain't played the whole preseason. So now you're going to spend the regular season trying to get in shape. Well, game ready. Jacksonville is legit, absolutely. Because what do you think? Coughlin's home. Tom Coughlin knows how to recruit. He's an old school coach. He got 2 Super Bowl wins with the Giants. Because he knows football. He knows talent. The New York football Giants started blaming Tom Coughlin. Maybe Coughlin's lost it. Maybe he lost his touch for football. He breathes football. How would he lose that touch? He wasn't ready to retire. The Giants was trying to retire him. And as you can see, Tom Coughlin don't play any games when it comes to football. He knows it. Look at the talent they have in Jacksonville in that short period of time. That would have been NYG talent. The man can recruit. Gurley's not playing in the preseason because for what Gurley does, he doesn't need to really play in the preseason. He's good. Give him a couple of touches, and then that's it. Get him ready for the season. Mike Dicker killed Ricky Williams rookie year. Got him injured in preseason, giving him 25, 30 carries in preseason. He was the number 1 pick. I'm like, you killing your running back in preseason. Because he's trying to play this Iron Man football that they played during the Walter Payton era. I'm like, you killed Walter Payton's career. It's like, I understand you old school, but that's when they was like, Dicker's out of touch with today's game. And that ended up killing him in New Orleans. would anybody boycott the NFL if you're black? Why? What are we both boycotting? Oh, most definitely. If you want to make a donation, there's a link in the description box. You can click it and make a donation at any time, and you can leave me a personal message over there. And I get the messages, I read them. So that's the best way to contact me. And from that point, I am, let me see where am I at so far. So I can barely see. If we're not going to watch sports because the league is racist, then we might as well not watch any sport. If that's the case, why are we watching any sport? If that's your comeback, I don't want to watch it because that group is racist or this team is racist. Then we're screwed. We are completely screwed up here.